Hello everyone, welcome to the Captain's videoweblog. We are Saturday, December the 3rd, 2016, and we have the advent calendars. I'm really happy. We're not getting the Christmas tree because the promotion was it was the last day. Oh no, I thought it was the last day today, but actually the last day is in 10 days. Oh fuck, I think, yeah, that sounds actually like a good thing. If there didn't run out of Christmas trees. So something that I forgot to talk about yesterday is something terrifyingly crazy from Donald Trump, President-elect of the United States. That hasn't changed. This is not a nightmare. This is real life. Oh God. He had a phone call with the president of of Taiwan. So yeah. And then he just felt like tweeting that, yeah, diplomatic ties there are essentially the same as market ties. Am I right? Business ties. No, they are not, because it's not because we live in a globalized economy kind of world that you just can go against the whole thing between the diplomatic ties between behind diplomatic ties between the USA and the People's Republic of China, as opposed to Taiwan's Republic of China, because diplomatic ties between with the People's Republic of China imply that you are subscribing to the One China thing, the One China rule, I think, which is this whole theory that both the PRC and the ROC are using to talk about two very different policies, which one meaning that the mainland, so the PRC, are the ones with a legitimate claim to the mainland and Taiwan, and the other one by the ROC, by Taiwan, saying that they are the one with a legitimate claim to Taiwan and the mainland, which when I was a little bit younger, thought that it sounded like a little bit of a bold claim from Taiwan. Then after that I learned about the history of Taiwan, and suddenly it made more sense, but it's still pretty bold, like what army are you going to use to defend that claim if it ever comes to that kind of shit, huh? I'm gonna get blown off the map. That's what's gonna happen. So yeah, because recently the White House had struck a deal with Taiwan, shipping like for maybe around $2 billion worth of military equipment, and yeah, this is very much different. Military equipment is like at the meeting of diplomatic and business, and very much so on the diplomatic side, very much of the thing, and it's just still not the same. So Beijing was pissed, and Trump was pissed because he felt, said like, the $1.83 billion military equipment shipped to Taiwan, and I can get a phone call with the president. I'm not a good Trump impersonator, so just so you know. But then there was this other thing that's just over the top, where Taiwan claims that it wasn't their idea. They didn't do it spontaneously, because they know about the PRC's One China rule. They are not dumb. They are it's already pretty tough for them with the exclusive economic zone. And they said that it's actually Trump's staff that proposed this call, meaning that people around Trump, knowing all that, because probably they got briefed, that would make sense. They are just all fucking crazy, and it's the answer to the question: are you ready to do something that puts the whole balance of the world in jeopardy? From Trump, the answer from Trump is either I don't know what that entails, or I don't care, and neither is a good answer. So yeah. Anyway, moving on, because I don't have a good analogy to to make a comparison, because even when the Nazis were working with IBM machines with their Enigma code, the US were at war with them and therefore had closed business ties as well as diplomatic ties. Uh, yeah, it's just not even this kind of analogy that I can do. And even the Cold War was just jumble of mess. It's um, so yeah, talking about tomorrow's video weblog, I will do it after TLC. Why? Because like there are 6 matches on the card, so it's probably gonna end like bit before 5 a.m. So it's really the kind of hour where I usually do the video weblog, and it's also in one of the periods in the night where I can do the video weblog without having someone come through that door, because as much as I could retreat to this room, I don't want to do it because I want to bother my family by speaking English, and it's like, well, I'll speak French, and you think that it could be worse because they would be able to understand what I'm talking about, and that's not much better. Because that's pretty fucking insipid. So yeah, there are like 6 matches. I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no disqualification match, the chairs match, and all the championships defended: tag, women, intercontinental, world heavyweight championship. Yeah, that's 6 matches. Well, I mean, there's that. And also, on Monday, there's the fact that I want to go to sleep really earlier than I did 2 weeks ago when I also had a medical exam, because this time it's going to take me like a part of the day, like in the morning and the afternoon, so I just want to be really a bit more awake than I was when I crashed on the couch, on the I think it was the 22nd. Yeah, the 22nd of November. I was on the couch. It was 1 p.m. and I was like, I think I want to sleep. So yeah, and since the 2 periods that I really, and I'm really sure that I can do a video blog are between midnight and 2 a.m. and then between 4 and 6 a.m. and that's, in the first one I'm not too sure that I will actually be able to do it, and in the second one, I really hope that I am asleep. Just TLC on Sunday, and whatever may come on Monday. Like maybe I will get to talk about Marseille versus Nancy if I forget to talk about it in Sunday's video blog, because Marseille versus Nancy, it's a very important match for Marseille and for Nancy, and there's also Nice versus Toulouse that is really fucking important for Nice and for the championship, because Monaco just went to town on Bastia, like 5-0. This fucking savage. And the worst thing about it is not that Monaco are the best scoring team on the 5 top leagues of Europe with 49 goals. I mean, the Ligue 1 is a pretty fucking weak championship. That's how Johan Pelé can have 8 clean sheets and be therefore the best goalkeeper in Europe, because Ligue 1 is weak. But the fact of the matter is, Monaco win 5-0, score more than 3 goals a match, and Louis II, their stadium, is still fucking empty. If they were in La Liga, they would get fined, because I'm sure that there's not 75% of the stands in front of the camera that are filled. So yeah. And it's even more important because it could really see Paris getting, after getting closer to the title, to the first place, they were like at 1 point. Now they could end up being pretty far because they lost to Montpellier, and in a pretty hefty loss, like 3-0. Ooh. To Montpellier. Even Marseille managed to score a goal against Montpellier. So what are you doing, Paris? It's been more exciting in Ligue 1 than in the Classico. Like the Classico, the first half was insipid. Like why do you want to sit in front of that? They are like the best two teams in the world, and they are playing like a Ligue 2 Monday night match. And the second half was a bit more exciting, thanks to Luis Suarez scoring a goal at the 60th minute. And then again, Madrid only equalized at the end of regulation, so that's pretty bad. That's still 33 games in a row without losing under Zidane. So good job, Zinedine. You are officially the coach that has won or drew for the most consecutive matches in the history of Real Madrid. Oh, yeah. Because in France we had a 2-2 draw between Lorient and Angers, and if that doesn't excite you, well, I mean, it's pretty normal. But then again, Lorient had a terrible sort of season. They had to change their coach, and now they are getting better, which is something that changing a coach, it's either a sign that things are really bad with the coach, or just a sign that really things are really bad with the team. As in Lille had their first away win in the season, and they had changed their coach like two weeks before, and it didn't change anything. And this time around, they have all their best players in the starting lineup, and suddenly they win. Guess it wasn't the coach. Yes, you depend on your best players. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but still, you should. It doesn't. I mean, you're Lille. You shouldn't be at the bottom of the table, really. Then there's Nantes with really good players and essentially the same style of play than last season, and they are sinking. They lost 2-0 to Guingamp, one man down. Just horrible tackle. Yeah, not good. And then there was Lyon versus Metz. 1-0 for Metz. Then the match got stopped. Reminder, no, it was in Metz. Yeah. And the Metz supporters threw firecrackers at Lyon's goalkeeper, having he had to get transported to the hospital. Match called off. Good fucking job, guys. You're leading and suddenly you stop the match. Wow. So yeah, I'm eating my mustache. So this Monday, I'm really looking forward to Monday and cutting off everything. Because since I've started talking about it, it's just suddenly there's this itch to remove it, and since we're no longer in November, I can do it. So yeah, looking forward to tomorrow's video weblog, like 20 or 25 minutes of bullshitting about and being a little bit not good with my words like right now because of wrestling. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.